and it mascaras. Can I close it? Yes, I can. Hi there, my name's Alana, and today we're going to be putting together this beautiful look using nearly exclusively Chanel makeup products. Now, Chanel is a brand, of course, that just has my heart. The pearls, the CC, the handbags, and I don't know about you, but I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you might be kind of into luxury makeup and luxury handbags, and for me, I've dreamed of owning a Chanel bag like I don't say my entire life. I don't think a 3-year-old dreams of Chanel, but for a very long time. And while I am getting closer and closer to having the Chanel bag of my dream, a couple of years ago when a Chanel bag was totally out of the picture, I started to pick up a little piece of Chanel makeup here and there to sort of give myself a taste of the experience and to sort of give myself a little bit of that Chanel heritage, that Chanel beauty, that Chanel glamour that otherwise kind of felt out of reach. And I think that's something so cool about some of these designer brands that have makeup, sort of makeup lines and makeup sort of products attached to them, is if the purse feels out of reach, it's sort of an entry-level way to enjoy the brand. And if you are a Chanel connoisseur, a Gucci connoisseur, then, you know, it's fun to have more pieces of the brand. But I think Chanel makes genuinely beautiful makeup. I think it creates makeup that is great across a variety of ages. I think Chanel knows who their consumer is, and they make just beautiful products. So we are going to go in, we're gonna do this makeup, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more about it. Okay, so let's get started. So just so you know, the base on my face right now, I've just used my Embryolisse moisturizer. Picked it for a couple of reasons. One, wears beautifully under makeup. Two, it's a French brand, and I just kind of feel like that fits in with what we're going for from Chanel today. So no like official makeup primer, just a nice, beautiful moisturizing base. Okay, so for our concealer, we have the Chanel concealer. This is the Correcteur de Chanel, and I have in the shade 10 Beige. This is the palest shade. And what I like about this concealer, especially for everyday wear, is it's very light, it's not cakey. I wouldn't even describe it as full coverage. I'm just covering up some little spot concealing and around my nose. And I'm going to use this Real Technique brush to just buff it in. Kind of move, almost like sweeping up under my eye, just rubbing it in. Now I do need to wash my brushes tonight. That's on my Sunday to-do list. So far, this is really lovely. It just kind of reminds me of a second skin-like quality. And honestly, if you're not a big makeup person, you know, and you're fairly confident in your skin, like this might be all you need. But I'm gonna go in now with the Chanel CC cream. And I love this. Has SPF 50, so never complaining about getting some extra SPF in my day. Now, especially, I mean all year, but especially, can I just say, by the way, this has just the most beautiful, has like kind of that Camilla scent. If you don't like scented products, like Chanel's probably not for you, but I love it. Like for me, I'll get back to sunscreen in a second, but for me, part of using a luxury product is that it is luxurious from start to finish. And for me, I love a nice scent. So we're just gonna use that same brush to buff it in. Anyway, so especially now that we are coming up on spring, summer, definitely want to be wearing some SPF. Particularly you want to use like a real sunscreen outside of your makeup. But for the most part, when I'm doing looks, especially because we're in lockdown, I basically just put on my makeup and then hang out looking like this in my apartment. I do have a Zoom call coming up, but I don't have to be on camera for that, so I won't be. But I do love that this has SPF in it. I think any little extra bit of sun coverage we can do, the better. I actually, one of my dearest friends called me this morning. She video called me from the drugstore looking for sunscreen recommendations. So I am planning on doing a sunscreen recommendation video, but you're just gonna have to give me a couple of weeks because there's some serious testing I want to do before that. Okay, so we have this all buffed into the skin now. And a couple of things. You can use your fingers and it does look beautiful, but I really enjoy this CC cream with a brush. I'm gonna say across the board, when it comes to BB creams, CC creams, you wanna go with your fingers or a nice dense brush. This brush is great. It is super, super dense. This is the Real Techniques sculpting brush, but I really enjoy using it as a foundation brush. But what I really just wanted to say is I don't like using sponges when it comes to BB creams, CC creams. I just find that the coverage isn't great, and I just feel like it soaks up a lot of product. So we are gonna do my eyebrows right now. I'm just gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury brow products. I'm gonna use Brow Cheat and Legendary Brows. So just give me a moment to put that on and then we'll get back to Chanel. Okay, so brows are done. I also went in with my MAC Paintpot in Painterly as my eyeshadow base. It's one of my favorite eyeshadow bases. I use it all the time. So let's get into the eyeshadow. So for our eyeshadow today, we're going to be using Le Beige Healthy Glow Natural Eyeshadow Palette in Warm. Look how beautiful that is. And look at that compact, so pretty. So I'm gonna start off with my Luxie 227 blending brush. We're gonna take the shade up here and put it all over the lid. Now, I have to be honest, the only thing I don't like about this palette is how small the pans are. I just find it a little awkward to work with. And the pans are just all kind of awkwardly shaped. But, you know, it's Chanel. And it's beautiful. And so, you know, we practice forgiveness is all I'm saying. So now we're gonna go in with my Morphe M441 brush, and we're gonna use this corally pink shade over here just as our transition to just give us a little bit of definition. And this is really the way I like to use this palette. I just love having that pink in the crease. I think it's so pretty. Now, I had a comment on one of my older videos come in recently, and there seemed to be a bit of an interest in a video on brushes. So I'm actually in the process of curating down my brush collection and really just focusing on the brushes that I love. And so once I have completed that curation process, I think I'm gonna do a brush video for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions about brushes that you'd like to see answered or that I can help you with. So I think that'll really help me as I sort of plan out that video. Okay, so we've got this pink in the crease. We're gonna actually use that pink again on the same brush. We're just gonna pinch it and bring that under our eyes just about halfway, just for a little something. So now we're gonna go in with this big fluffy blending brush, and we're gonna use that brown shade just on our outer third, just again to build in a little bit of definition. This is the only shade in the palette that I think is almost a little too dark. It's not a color I would pick, but I think it's just almost a little too dark, and I think it would benefit from being matte, whereas this shadow does have a bit of radiance to it. Now I'm going to take a big clean blending brush. This is my Morphe Coca-Cola. It doesn't have a number on it, but it's just the big blending brush from the Morphe Coke collab. And I also want to put out there, I'm not really a big Morphe fan. I don't mind their brushes. But I got originally the first brush I was using, I purchased it to test out for blogging purposes. And this one I got because I'm a huge Diet Coke fan, so. Okay, so we've done a little bit of blending. So now what I want to do is take this beautiful peachy shade right here with my finger and put that on sort of the inner 2/3 of our lid, just to bring a little bit of brightness. We're gonna go back and blend in a moment. And then I'm gonna take this gold pearly shade and just tap it gently under the brow. Again on my finger, and tap it just in this inner third to sort of press it in. So let's go back to that Coca-Cola brush and just do a little blending. Perfect. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna pop on my winged liner. I'm gonna use my Tom Ford eye defining pen, and I'm also going to tight line with my Marc Jacobs blacker eyeliner. I use this combo all the time. Gonna do that. If you are interested in a tutorial on how I do my winged liner, I'm gonna leave a video link down below with an approximate timestamp, kind of walks you through. Please be forgiving because I filmed that last year and I really think I've grown as a filmer, as a presenter, but I think the information there is still pretty good. So I'm now going to use my Le Volume de Chanel mascara. And this mascara, I have it in black, has a rather short, sort of spiky plastic bristles, which is not my favorite brush style. We're just going to get really close to the root and kind of wiggle it back and forth. And then drag it on the bottom lashes. Okay, so our eyes are done. Let's go on to the rest of our face. It would not be a full face of Chanel without using this iconic product. This is Le Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. My favorite way to apply it is with this Moda brush. I have it in the unicorn, but it's available in a whole bunch of other designs. This is their complexion brush, and I like it because it's dense and small. So what I like to do is just kind of tap it in, and then I start by just sort of tapping it generally on my face where I want it to go. And then we are going to, we'll get to the blending in a minute, but I like to just sort of have a little bit of a baseline of product down. In the past, I've tried, stamp a little inside there. In the past, I've tried sort of putting it like with my finger on my face, and I just found it was too much. So I'm just gonna do little blending circles, just kind of starting with my cheeks. And we're trying to blend it back into the hairline. That's kind of what we're doing up here as well. Just sort of buffing it in. So that way it's sort of seamless between my forehead and my hairline, but we do want to bring that warmth there. You basically want this product everywhere where you would sort of naturally get a tan. I just added a little more in the brush, but at the same time, to provide a bit of contour. It's kind of a two-in-one sort of effortless French girl look. We're just gonna contour the nose ever so slightly, and just a touch more on this side to even it out. And for this part, I'm just doing little tiny strokes, sort of blending it down. So as you can see, it just brings warmth, it brings definition. I have heard that they reformulated it from their original, but I've only ever tried the reformulated version. And I will say this will last you a lifetime. I've had this for months, and you can actually still see some of the original sort of swirl in it. You use ever so little. I honestly don't think I would use this entire thing in a lifetime. So it's expensive, but if it's a product you love, like, you're gonna get great value for it. Can I close it? Yes, I can. You wanna keep it closed because it is a cream product. Okay, so there we go. There is our bronzer. So let's move on to blush. So I wanted to use this stunning limited edition blush I picked up, I want to say like January, February. It's all kind of a blur with COVID. So yeah, unfortunately that one's limited edition. So instead, I'm actually going to use this blush, which is regularly available. This is the Jour Contrast in shade 82 Reflects. And this is a blush, kind of reminds me of NARS Orgasm. It's in that goldy peach family. Super, super pretty. I think it's gonna play very well with the eye look. And for our brush today, I'm using my MAC 100 blush brush. Just gonna tap it on, tap it off. And we're just gonna buff it into the skin, sort of starting on the apples of our cheeks and again, dragging it back into the hairline. Sort of having our blush gently follow our contour. A little on the nose because we're trendy teenagers here, right? Right. I'm a trendy teenager. I am not just turned 28. Okay, so we're gonna just buff that into the skin. Okay, and there we go. But what I am gonna do for our highlighter today, I did want to use one limited edition product, and this is the stunning Pearls and Fantasy Illuminating Powder. This powder was released several years ago, and I purchased it because if you look at that detailing, there's a little Chanel pearl detailing, a little Chanel CC embossed in there. Chanel is always coming out with the prettiest limited edition collections, and I wish I could have them all, but I did purchase this one several years ago because it was just so pretty and I had to have it. So I'm just going to use my Farrah blush brush and sort of just mix the two colors together and just bring a little touch of highlight here. The Chanel look, Chanel's a brand, is not about that beaming, you know, Becca Rest in Peace highlighter. This is just sort of a subtle glow. A little on the nose there. So there we go. Just the littlest bit of glow, but I had to include a limited edition. So before we move on to lips, I am going to use the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Sheer Powder, again in shade 10. And I'm going to use this Beau Gauche. This is just a tapered highlighting brush, but I like it because it's smaller, but still light and airy and just really easy to buff into this area of our face. And so we are just going to use this to buff in, you know, provide some setting. We're just going to tap that in everywhere on our face that doesn't already have powder. So basically under the eye is one area I'm going to really want to concentrate, around the nose, and sort of just under where we contoured. We're just going to buff that in, going back, adding a little more as we go around the lips. And then I like to sort of do just a second round up here on the forehead. And I think this is just so pretty. I think it brings a bit of a healthy Mediterranean warmth to the skin. I think it is so, so pretty. And again, look at that stunning compact. Okay, so I have 5 Chanel lipsticks, but I know which one I want to wear with this look. But before I put on the lipstick we're going to wear, I just want to give a shout out to the shade Arthur. It is the most beautiful, just the most beautiful orangey red. This is like my Paris red. And the lipstick's actually gone bad. I bought it so many years ago that I just repurchased it, but I don't want a red lip for this look. So we are going to go in with Adrienne, which is my favorite nude lipstick from Chanel. Here's the look, and I feel so, so pretty. This is the kind of look I would feel gorgeous popping onto Zoom with, you know, on a work call, or I mean, obviously going out and seeing people, but I live in Ontario, so that's not happening right now. But I feel really, really pretty. Now, we are going to do a wear test at the end of the night, and I'll share any additional comments there. But these are all products that I've been using over the last couple of months, so my opinion on them is pretty well formulated. So I want to share with you, if you have absolutely no Chanel makeup products, where I'd start, and what products I think are worth it, and what products I think are a little bit overhyped. So I'm going to start off with the lipstick. If you don't have any Chanel makeup and you're wanting a piece of that brand, you're wanting something that just feels luxurious and beautiful, I think you can't go wrong with a lipstick. I think the lipsticks they make are beautiful. I love Adrienne, which is the shade I'm wearing right now. Arthur and Mademoiselle are 2 other favorites of mine. Arthur, if you enjoy a sort of orangey red, sort of, I always feel very Parisian and also very Taylor Swift in like her Red album era. Kind of feel those 2 vibes when I put the lipstick on. And Mademoiselle, if you like something a little bit more deeper. But if you're like myself and you love, say, Bitch Perfect from Charlotte Tilbury, I think Adrienne is a beautiful, beautiful choice. It's sort of neutral, a little peachy, warm. I'm wearing it right now and I just feel so pretty. The next area, if you are new to Chanel, especially if you have a similar complexion to mine, I really love this Le Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. I think it really warms up the face. It's very soft, it's very gentle, it's kind of a lit from within, and especially as we're heading into summer, I think that would complement sort of sun-kissed skin so well. One other product, I think especially as we're heading into summer, that I would really recommend is the CC Cream. Now, if you don't like fragrance products, stay 110 feet away from this. But if you are like myself and you find that fragrance is a part of the luxury experience when you're applying your makeup or your skincare, then this one smells beautiful, has beautiful coverage on the skin, SPF 50, it feels light, it feels luminous, it feels glowy. To me, it's full enough coverage for filming, which I find is not always the case with the BB Cream CC Cream. But what I will do is show you what this looks like in natural light, so you can also just get a sense of how it actually wears. But I think that it is just really pretty. I just think it's very pretty. It feels great on the skin, it's comfortable, and again, has that SPF. Now, in terms of products to avoid, so this Chanel mascara, Le Volume de Chanel, is super, super hyped up, and I have to say it doesn't live up to the hype for me. It's a nice mascara, but I'm sorry, at the Chanel price tag with this Chanel name on it, being a nice mascara isn't enough. It has to be a great mascara. And so while this mascara is nice and it mascaras and my eyes look good and feel great, it is nowhere near my favorite mascara. And at a similar price point, you can get the Bite Up Spring Mascara, which is new and incredible. Dior makes incredible mascaras. Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. There are just so many other mascaras I like better. Now, if you happen to like a softer mascara look, I'm not saying it's a bad mascara. I'm just saying at this price point, there are so many other mascaras I would rather purchase and I would rather recommend you to buy. And finally, I just wanted to touch on sort of the eyeshadows and the face powder. So first of all, they're lovely, they're beautiful, I feel beautiful. I think in particular, sorry, these two compacts look identical. I think in particular, this Le Beige Warm eyeshadow little 5-pan is adorable. I think it's so pretty. It's very on trend for right now. I would love to get more eyeshadow kind of palettes from that collection. Is the eyeshadow necessary? Absolutely not. Is it nice? Yes. Now the formulas are nowhere near sort of a makeup artist brand like, you know, Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona, but they're really nice. And I said earlier that Chanel knows their consumer. I think most Chanel consumers are a little bit older than myself, and if not older, they're definitely skewing professional. So very work appropriate. You're not getting duochrome, shifting, ultra glam looks, but you are getting just beautiful, luminous, flattering looks that I feel very pretty. So I really enjoy this 5-pan. I'm glad I picked it up. I only have 2 eyeshadow palette quads from Chanel, so I want to keep on experimenting with those, maybe pick up a couple more before I sort of give an overall view of their eyeshadows. But I think that they're very nice. They're very subtle, lit from within. They're not going to be as like pigmented as those makeup artist-led brands, but they're also not trying to be. Now, in terms of the face powder, so I think the face powder is really lovely. Is it revolutionary? No. If you have another higher end face powder, whether it's the Kosas powder, the Gucci powder, the Charlotte Tilbury powder, to me, they're all about the same. They all do a good job. So if you are looking for a powder and you love Chanel and you want to open this stunning compact every time you do your makeup, which I mean is a legitimate reason in my books to buy this, then go for it. But do you need it? No. And similarly, that's how I feel about the concealer. It's nice, it's lighter coverage, I feel pretty, it's lovely, but I have concealers that I prefer. So I would say if you're new to the brand, definitely look at those lipsticks I recommended. You know, consider the CC cream if that's a product that you're gonna enjoy. And again, this bronzer, stunning. The last thing I did want to touch on is blush. I feel very pretty in their blush. Their blush is very nice, but if you're gonna get one of their blushes and you're not a content creator on YouTube who has to keep in mind their desire for limited edition products, but also their desire for products that I can recommend and you can still purchase in 6 months, if there's one thing I love from Chanel, it is their limited edition blushes. The embossing they put on them is just stunning. The powders are all very nice. The colors are beautiful. And I feel like Chanel always has a new limited edition collection. So if you're gonna get one of their blushes, I would definitely recommend for waiting for a limited edition one that you fall in love with, because a lot of the colors are quite similar to their core collection. They're just so much prettier, you know? So I would definitely keep an eye out for those. So let's pop into the wear test, then I'm going to share my final thoughts. So this is how the look looks in daylight, and as you can see, the CC cream is just so pretty, luminous. It feels just like soft and comfortable to the touch, and just a beautiful coverage to it. The eyes as well just have that sort of, I almost want to say sunset, but it feels more sunrise to me. Just that peachiness, the shimmer. The lipstick, very pretty. Just the whole look to me is just pretty. It is sunny. It is just sunshiny, and I just really like it. So this is the look, and you can see the blush, the bronzer, the highlighter, everything just comes together so beautifully. And if you couldn't tell in the video, this necklace, it's actually a repurposed Chanel button that's been made into a necklace. I'm gonna leave the girl I bought it from link down below because she makes beautiful pieces. But yeah, anyways, this is the sun daylight look, and I love it. And I'll just get a little closer with the mascara. You can see it's nice. It's just not groundbreaking to me. So anyways, on to, I guess, the nighttime check-in. Hello, it is about 10:30 at night. We're doing our check-in before I take my makeup off. And let's see, okay, we've had a little bit of transfer of mascara onto my skin down here. Nothing too crazy. I will say I have been touching my eyes a touch, not a lot, but a little bit, a little transfer down here. Just around sort of this area, I've had a little bit of sort of the concealer and CC cream settling into some fine lines and just in there. Obviously lipstick is long gone, we had dinner, but the eyeshadow looks incredible. For the most part, the mascara is held up pretty well, again, save for the little spot there. Blush still there, but kind of faded, but you can definitely still see the bronzer, especially in here and in here. And overall, I feel like my makeup is well set on the forehead, around the nose, around the mouth. I'm very happy with how it's worn throughout the day. And again, I haven't A, worn a setting spray, or B, done anything in particular to help it wear it, help it not wear well. I've really just been going about my night. We had dinner, like, yeah, I probably touched my face. I've laid down on the couch. Like, what I really want to do when I'm doing a wear test is live my life as normal as possible, so that way you can get a sense of how this is going to wear on you. Overall, I'm very happy with it. I'm incredibly impressed with the eyeshadow. Honestly, the eyeshadow looks as good as it did when I just put it down. No creasing, no movement, no fading. Eyeshadow looks incredible, a real winner. Bronzer, again, a winner. Blush is nice. Highlighter is still kind of there, but yeah. And the CC cream, again, just beautiful. I feel like my skin just looks beautiful. It looks luminous. So, you know, and just a little action over here, which I think is forgivable, given that it's like 10:30, 11, and it's basically my bedtime. So anyways, I just wanted to do that little check-in. Love to know down in the comments below if you find these check-ins useful. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your comments. I love interacting with you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Bye. Mwah.